All right, welcome to Complex Sportif CN, home of the Flag Plus Football Division III Championship matchup between the number 2 seed 9-1 Backfield Penetration and the number 4 seed 8-2 the Stoics. I'm Brent Bach and I'm joined by FPF All-Star Jerome Homington. Jerome, obviously a big matchup, two really big, two fast athletic teams. We were talking about before we went the air. We're really looking forward to this matchup. What kind of game should we be expecting here today?
A high-powered offense versus another high-powered offense. Two teams filled with athletes, quarterbacks who don't necessarily have the strongest arms, but are very smart, able to find the zones in the defenses. So I'm expecting a high-scoring game. Converts are going to be huge today here.
All right, so let's jump to this quarterback matchup. Obviously, Chris Rive, the veteran for the Stoics, and Alessandro Barazzoni, known as Berra, for the Backfield Penetration. Two quarterbacks that we were talking earlier, right? Two guys that have had some good moments and have had some rough moments in their career. Right now, both guys are playing the best football of their FPF careers right now. Let's just dive a little deeper into this quarterback matchup. What are you expecting out of both quarterbacks here?
Yeah, for Barazzoni, I think it's going to be about protecting the ball, not forcing the ball too much to his athletes, because there are athletes on the defensive side of the ball for the Stoics. For Chris, it's going to be to play his game and not hesitate to run. I know Raf Morelli had a great season with 24 sacks, but Chris is very good on the run. He's great at evading the rusher, and Morelli is going to have to be very disciplined when it comes to tackling Chris, because he's got a couple of moves. So I want to see Chris moving around, even though Raf is a great rusher.
All right, so again, we talked about the athletes, right? I mean, this game is not lacking any, right? Nick Gropini, Jalen Greaves, Rafi Morelli, like you talked about, right? 24 sacks in the regular season, 10 sacks in the postseason. If you do the quick math, obviously 34 sacks in this winter season for Rafi Morelli. Those are some of the athletes there. Those are some of the athletes for Backfield Penetration. We go over to the Stoics, right? The Peterkin brothers, Emerson Peterkin, Tyson Peterkin, James Drysdale, a player who many think is, if at the very worst, a top 3, top 5 player in this league. Who do you think has the edge athletically?
I'm going to give it to Backfield because of the depth of that athleticism. Elandre Abbey, also Rokendi Joseph, and Ronnie Smith. Three players are not necessarily the most used players by Barazzoni, who are also very athletic university players. This is going to be a very athletic matchup, a great game.
All right, so here we go. The first snap is about to happen. Backfield Penetration has the ball. Here we go. Barazzoni gets a snap. He looks to his right, throws it over the middle, behind the receiver. It's intercepted. Here comes James Drysdale. Drysdale to the 5, and he gets tackled by the quarterback, Barazzoni. So a quick turnover on the first play of the game for Backfield Penetration, giving the ball to their opponents inside, actually, the 5-yard line, settling down now at the 4.
Yeah, obviously, great start for the Stoics defense here. Not expecting Barazzoni to throw a deep shot early. Usually you want to get some momentum, some quick passes. He sees Ronnie Smith striding down the field, but underthrows it. Great pressure from the rusher, throws on the back foot, and James Drysdale is opportunistic and gets the pick to set up Stoics here at the 3-yard line.
So we see base set here. Angelo Morilado's in the lineup here. Quick pass in zone, tipped into the air. Intercepted by Greaves. Tackled at the 1-yard line by Tyson Peterkin. So 2 plays, 2 INTs.
And yeah, Raf Morelli making an impact already in this game. So not a rusher who only gets sacks. He's also able to get into Chris's grill, tip that ball up for Greaves, who's also very opportunistic here. 2 turnovers already.
Yeah, not the start that either quarterback wanted, but so a bit of a reprieve for Barazzoni. So see now he gets the ball back after his team forces an INT. But again, Greaves trying to run that ball out, got tackled at the 1-yard line. So the field is going to be even longer now.
Yeah, definitely should have needed that, but unfortunately kind of backed up here for Backfield Penetration. There's some talking going on the field right now.
You see Alexis Dubois, the defensive coordinator, defensive captain, if you will, of the Stoics, talking to Jason Leclerc. Jason Leclerc, the head referee for this game. Tara Mackridge on the right-hand sideline. Julianne Prue on the left sideline for this contest, your 3 officials. Barazzoni gets the snap. He goes over the middle. Catch. Oh, nice move there. Creating a little separation was the receiver for Backfield Penetration.
Yeah, Rokendi Joseph there. Way to sit that route in the middle. Barazzoni loves those deep hooks in the middle. Justin Swaminathan is going to have to get his hands up into Barazzoni's face because Barazzoni absolutely loves the middle of the field.
So first down now, just short of midfield. Center Anthony Lazara, number 9. Snaps the ball back to Barazzoni, who looks to his right. Pass to the corner. Nice catch there by Joseph before getting out of bounds. Caught the ball in front of Tyson Peterkin.
Yeah, Rokendi Joseph hadn't really been used on offense by Barizoni at all throughout the season. I mean, not bad. 388 yards, 9 touchdowns. It was mostly Jalen Greaves who was the main target for him. Once again, you can see the athleticism. That's a great route, getting a lot of depth on that deep out, setting it up at the 6-yard line.
So the ball in the red zone now for backfield penetration. Let's see what they do. Barizona gets the ball. Slant by Gropini. He gets tackled short. No, to say touchdown.
Yeah, I would definitely challenge that.
Tackle made. Actually, 2 flags there made. One by James Drysdale, the other by Alexis Dubois.
Yeah, great route by Gropini there. Also, great job by Greaves pushing Morato's back so as to open up Gropini underneath. They're not going to challenge here, so we're going to get a 1-point convert. And once again, we talked about the converts. I think both of these QBs are used to going for 1 mostly, but yeah, might need to go for 2 eventually down the stretch.
Trips left here, 3 receivers to the left of Barizoni. He looks to that side, throws it, caught by Gropini. 7-0 lead for backfield penetration.
Yeah, great concept there. Just a straight out at the back of the end zone by Greaves, and a simple hook to Gropini is wide open at the front cone.
So both quarterbacks threw interceptions to start this game. Second offensive possession, this time for Barizoni. He leads his team down the field for a 7-0 lead. Rivera gets a snap. He rolls to his left. He throws there. Quick pass over the middle. Able to find his snapper there, number 11.
Yeah, Justin Sominada around 11 yards. Chris loves his triple slants here. It's going to need to be a bit more aggressive from the backfield penetration defense, especially with those athletes that they have. They can recover. Chris doesn't have the greatest deep ball, not the strongest arm. So obviously if they're able to be aggressive underneath, they have the athletes to recover on those deep balls.
So 2nd and 1 here for the Stoics offense. Rive gets the ball. He looks to his right. He throws it there. Drag route by Drysdale. Picks up more than enough for the first down. Going down the right sideline. Finally tiptoes out of bounds. Massive pickup there, putting the ball at about the 11-yard line for the Stoics.
Yeah, James Drysdale not having the biggest impact for this offense this season. Only 188 yards and 7 touchdowns. Troubles with his back, an injury that lingered throughout the season. He seems to be 100%, produced a lot in the postseason.
So 1st and goal now for the Stoics offense. Rive gets the ball. He looks to the right. Here's Tyson Peterkin. Breaks 1 tackle to another. Touchdown, Stoics.
Yeah, great move by Peterkin here. Just getting those hips around Rokendi Joseph and then Elandre Abi to score. Big convert coming up. It seems like Chris is going for 2 here.
Yeah, so interesting call here. Again, 7-6 game. Stoics down by 1.
Yeah, probably expecting Emerson Peterkin to drop as the second quarterback. Actually, he might line up in the backfield, yeah.
Yeah, Peterkin, no stranger playing quarterback. He is the starting quarterback for the Champlain Cavaliers. Division III college football. Rive fakes the handoff to Peterkin. Rive throws it back to Peterkin now. Peterkin looking for someone to give the ball to. Fastball over the middle. Caught by Tyson, his brother. 2-point convo was good. 8-7 lead now for the Stoics. And Jerome, what did you like here? We see right now the backfield penetration defense are arguing with each other. They thought there should have been something, maybe illegal contact or pass interference against the offense.
Nah, it looked pretty clean to me. I mean, that's just a great ball by Emerson Peterkin, getting like a lot of velocity on that ball. It was a very tight window, finds his brother for a huge 2-point convert early.
So an 8-7 lead now for the Stoics over backfield penetration. Barizoni leading his 3rd drive now. His pass by Gropini, catches it just off the turf. He's running to the end zone. Can he get in? Touchdown, backfield penetration.
Pretty sure that hit the ground. What's your thing, Brent?
I mean, let's find out. Let's check the replay right here. I mean, Gropini does have great hands.
Yeah, I hit the ground first. I would definitely challenge that.
So will they challenge it? That's the thing, though. We're waiting for the Stoics.
Who's the guy challenging? It's against. I think so.
Yeah, is it a challenge? I think it is.
Gonna have to call a challenge.
That looked really low.
Yeah, definitely a low pass there again. Well, no one. They're not going to challenge it. A little surprising here. And now, yeah, they're going to challenge
Yeah.
it now. Better late than never if you're the Stoics defense. So let's look at the replay here. Opposite side of the field. That's not going to help us, unfortunately. So Grappini has great hands, but I mean that ball
Yeah.
might have hit the turf.
Yeah, it's a tough call to make, especially if we don't have like the proper angle. Obviously, if it's too close to call, the call will stand. Let's see here on the replay.
You see Bearzoni's pass. And
Yeah.
yeah, that hit the ground. That definitely hit the turf for sure.
Yeah, so great challenge here by the Stoics. Man, I should ref.
I think you should.
Gonna hit up Leo.
So I mean, and you can't blame Grappini right there. I mean, that's a good acting job by him. You know what? Listen, you don't hear the whistle, keep on playing.
Oh yeah, he did exactly what he had to do. I mean, as a receiver, sometimes you don't catch the ball and you think you catch it, but yeah, pretty clear call to me.
Yeah, diving intended there by Emerson Peterkin just out of his reach. Yeah, definitely a one hopper. You can see by the right-handed Grappini, the ball bounced right next to his hand, and again, great job by him picking it up and just running straight to the end zone because you never know, right? And again, the Stoics waited a while to make that challenge, so it almost worked right there by Grappini.
Yeah, great actor there, but yeah, I mean, it's a call you want to make because it's an easy touchdown. You don't want to be giving those up right away. I know it's a risk because you risk losing a timeout by challenging, but yeah, I like being aggressive on the challenge here. And also, timeouts being extremely valuable now with the pro clock. So we've seen teams not be as aggressive with the challenges.
Yeah, because if the challenge is wrong, if you have an unsuccessful challenge, you lose a timeout. So now, so see, you hear Walter Perry. He's running the instant replay booth. Now they got to figure out where to spot the ball. So they have to go back and see where the original line of scrimmage was.
Yeah, I think it was first down, honestly.
Yeah, it definitely was first down.
Yeah.
So it's going to be second and 10 now from the 10-yard line. So we see Brent Young on the field still. Yeah, just double checking, making sure they know the line of scrimmage is supposed to be at. So again, he's at the 10-yard line. Here we go, second down. Bearzoni has the ball. He's going deep. He has Kenny Joseph open. Oh, and he drops the ball. Great defensive play by Tyson Peterkin. He was beaten in the coverage, but able to knock the ball out of the receiver's hands.
Yeah, and Bearzoni showing some great arm strength on that one. Ronnie Smith, one of the fastest players in FPF, obviously playing for the Carabins. Tyson Peterkin with an incredible recovery, just able to get over the top, keep it clean, and not commit any fouls there. So great play by the defensive back there.
Yeah, you're right. It's Ronnie
Smith, yeah.
Yeah, it's Smith, yep. My apologies. Again, it's hard to not seeing the number. The white lettering there on the number. It's a little hard there, at least on his jersey. Pass over the middle. It's caught. Nice reception over the middle. Got past one tackler. Didn't get past the outstretched arms, though, of Peterkin.
Yeah, very interesting concept here from Bearzoni. We don't see these types of concepts very much, but it's a straight go, an out from the snapper, a short out from the snapper, and a 10 in from the wide. It's a concept that's more used in contact football, but it has worked here.
Yes, his jersey on the field says looks like it's number 21. Yeah, but he's listed as number 24 on the website. Bearzoni passed to the left-hand side, hitting in the flats, hitting his receiver.
Yeah, great tackle by Alexis Dubois, known great tackler in FPF.
Yeah, favorite of the officials as well.
Right.
So nice catch there by the receiver. Pick up of about, say, 6 yards there.
Yeah, it's a great pickup on first down. I like Bearzoni here, not being too aggressive.
Bearzoni gets the snap now, looks to the right, goes over the middle, wide open Anthony Lazera. He's in for the score.
Yeah.
13-8 lead now as Backfield Penetration retakes the lead in this contest.
Yeah. So double drags coming in. The defense of the Stoics is expecting that double drag, so they cover those well. But that leaves Anthony Lazaro wide open in the middle on that deep hook. Interesting to see here now. Backfield deciding to go for 2.
Yeah, 13-8 lead, looking to make it 15-8. And that's the effect right there that, Jerome, that Anthony Lazaro has. When you look at him, he doesn't look athletic at all, to be honest with you. But I can tell you, he has some speed to go along with that size.
Oh, definitely.
Playing that tight end run. Double quarterback formation. Pass right down the middle, right down the heart of the Stoic defense to Lazaro. So the 2-point convo was good. 15-8 lead now for Backfield Penetration, up by 7.
Yeah, huge play here. You need to get those converts going early. Barzoni sees the soft spot, and Lazaro stops on a dime and just comes back in with a great adjustment to get a 7-point lead early here.
So Chris Rive leading his team back onto the field here offensively, down by 7 with just inside of 9 minutes remaining here in the first half. Rive gets a snap, quick pass to the flat. Emerson Peterkin tries to make one man miss, but he couldn't. So a pickup by Peterkin of about 7 yards there, so making it 2nd and 3.
Yeah, the most boring play in flag football and the most efficient one, the triple slants. Just a great play there.
So Rive has the option of going short to pick up the first down.
Or take a shot, perhaps, here.
Or will he? Yeah, will he take a shot? He is going to take a shot. Peterkin open. Touchdown, Stoics. Tyson Peterkin.
Oh, yeah, having a big impact here. Tyson Peterkin, not the guy that was most used by Chris throughout the regular season, but here having a big impact. He sees Andre Abbey committing too much to the inside on that post from Emerson, which opens up was it a wheel or something? Or just a straight go, maybe. But yeah, great read by Chris, great ball, great velocity, and a huge score.
Yeah, so Rive taking advantage of the hole right there. The blowing coverage by the Backfield Penetration defense. Yeah, it was a straight goal as Peterkin, as you can see, is the wide receiver. Right-hand side pass in the middle, well over the intended the hands of the intended target in Drysdale.
Yeah, if I'm Chris, I keep dropping Emerson. The Backfield Penetration defense didn't seem to have any response to him dropping on that 2-point convert. They didn't send a second rusher until very late. So if I'm Chris, I go back to it right away.
So new drive here for Backfield Penetration. Let's see if they can answer now up, I should say, by 1.15 to 14. Arizona gets a snap. He goes to the left-hand side. Hits Rakendi Joseph for a gain of about 7, maybe 8 yards there.
Yeah, but another drag once again. The left halfback dropping too much. Once again, it's Greaves getting a lot of gravity on his routes, just running a deep hook and bringing the defender with him, which opens up Rakendi Joseph underneath for a big gain.
Again, Backfield Penetration, the number 2 seed with a 9-1 record. Their last loss was to the Bruins back in Week 9 on March 3rd by a score of 46-38. Since then, they've reeled off 9 straight wins. Here's a handoff. It's Mias taking over the left-hand side. Will it be enough for the first down? I believe it will be. Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah. Big run here, about 10 yards. Interesting to see Backfield get kind of a running back in the backfield. Interesting with the name, too. But, yeah, Renier Smith, one of the most shifty players, I said, one of the fastest. So, good idea to get the ball in his hands. Might consider sending a double rusher when they see that player lining up in the backfield for the Stoics defense.
So Barzoni now gets the ball. Just past midfield, first down. Pass to the right-hand side. It's caught. Oh, nice move by the receiver. Almost broke the tackle by Drysdale. Was able to get past Tyson Peterkin for a big gain there. Again, a 9 on first down.
Yeah, Renier Smith is being used once again here. So it's been a lot of Rakendi Joseph and Renier Smith. Jalen Greaves not having the biggest impact on the score sheet, but Yeah, Barzoni's taking what the Stoics defense has given him. I think he likes the matchup with those two players.
And how surprised are you right now that Jalen Greaves has been quiet in this game? I had a conversation last night with a couple members of the FBF community, and we talked about the matchup today between Drysdale, James Drysdale, obviously for the Stoics, and Jalen Greaves, number 2 for Backfield Penetration. Let me get your opinion, your answer after this play. Pass to the end zone, caught, touchdown!
Nice catch once again, Rekendi Joseph. Yeah, to answer your question, I think it's a smart decision by Barzoni to not necessarily go towards, Emerson Peterkin in that corner and James Drysdale in that safety over the top. So it's smart for him to keep using his receivers on the right. Perhaps the Stoics defense is going to have to adjust, but it's a great matchup, but Barzoni doesn't necessarily need to go towards it.
All right, so we saw trips to the left there on that play, but Kenny Joseph with jumping and a bit of a diving effort. He's snatching that ball out of the air before Morelatos could come over and make a play. 1-point convo attempt off the hands of Nick Gropini and out of bounds. So a 21-14 lead for Backfield Penetration with 4 minutes remaining here in the first half.
Yeah, as you can see, Barzoni versus Drysdale. Barzoni just moving Drysdale with his eyes, which opens up Gropini in the back of the end zone just a little bit too high, unfortunately.
So Stoics offense back on the field now, looking to respond just inside of 4 minutes remaining here in the first. They're down by 7. Rive gets the ball. He goes to the right, going deep again. Peterkin climbs the ladder. Oh, they're saying he came down out of bounds. And I can see, Jerome, you're signaling already for the Stoics to challenge that play.
That was definitely a catch. I think he even got both feet in.
Of course, in FPF, all you need is 1 foot in bounds.
That's definitely a catch. That is definitely a catch. The right foot is in.
So he got the right foot in. Now the question is, did the left foot come down on the line
You don't need
first?
it now. It's only 1 foot.
No, but I'm saying, did the left foot come down out of bounds though first?
No, I think the right foot was the first foot in.
Okay. Well, Stoics surprisingly not challenging.
I mean, it's first down, you don't want to risk losing those timeouts, as we were saying earlier.
Well, play continues here. Second down and long. Pass over the middle. Caught by Suminahan. Nice little gain right there. Actually, more than enough for the first down. Pickup of about 12. Now make that 13 yards there.
Yeah, bringing a couple of tackles there. Great ball by Chris, finding the sweet spot between the two short defenders. Swaminathan making a nice move on Gropini and Lazara. Almost getting it past Jalen Greaves, but great gain on second down, sorry.
So new set of downs here. Again, Justin Swaminahan there picking up his 10th grab rather, of the postseason now. Oh, going on 2 was Rive. He's able to get past Morelli, ends up just scrambling there. And you can see Backfield Penetration is upset with the officials. They thought it definitely was a false start, a flinch, definitely by one of the receivers for the Stoics, at least according to Backfield Penetration.
Yeah, I mean, flinches happen. The refs won't call it unless it's blatant. And as I was saying, pre-game, Chris Rive using his legs, getting past Raf Morelli.
So a good scramble right there. Pickup of 8 yards by the veteran in Rive. So setting up now 2nd and 2.
You would never think a guy like Chris Rive would be as fast as he is.
But
true. He is.
It's true. So Rive, the Tennessee Titans fan. Quick pass there to Peterkin. Good for the first down. So Rive, they're looking like Cam Ward there on that throw, picking up the first for his offense.
Oh, yeah. Some little clock management perhaps here with 1 minute 48 on the clock. I expect Chris to kind of try to bring this clock down. That's to not leave too much time for the Backfield Penetration offense on the following drive.
So new set of downs here. I was about to say for the Titans offense. For the Stoics offense. Rive gets the snap. He rolls to his left. He goes there to the end zone. Well behind and over the head of Morelatos, the intended receiver.
Yeah, probably just getting rid of it here. Sees Jalen Greaves coming across the field. I'm not sure Angelo can jump with Greaves, so smart decision by Chris just getting rid of it on first down. Yeah, obviously would have probably liked to get a completion short to those one of those slants to be able to run the clock down, but I think he's okay with their result on first down.
And Angelo Morelatos replacing the injured Emile Gregoire, one of the top receivers on the squad. Former Champlain Cavalier, went over 1,000 yards this past season. Recently signed by the Ottawa GGs now. Be continuing his football career, this time at the university level. Nice pickup there by Justin Swimminahan.
Yeah, obviously, great play. Exactly what you want to do if you're Chris. Set up closer, cut the field in half to the end zone, and also be able to waste some time.
So a gain there of about, I want to say 6 yards. I'm putting
Yeah.
the ball to the 4-yard line.
Yeah, now two downs to score. Obviously, with how much athleticism there is on this backfield penetration defense, it's not going to be easy.
So time not a factor right now. 60 seconds and counting remaining here in the first half. Plenty of time for the Stoics. Rive gets the ball, looks to the right. Yes, Peterkin open, touchdown. Peterkin getting past the coverage of Anthony Lazera and into the end zone. 21-20 is the lead now for backfield penetration.
Man, how smooth is Emerson Peterkin on that out and out? A great route. Obviously, Anthony Lazara cannot follow Emerson Peterkin on this route, but that was disgusting. I don't think anyone can follow him on that.
Yeah, beautiful route indeed. And Lazera, a solid defender in his own right, but again,
I mean, he was right
speed,
there
yeah.
until Emerson cut back for the second time, but great concept by Chris. Great play.
So 1-point convo for the Stoics here, going for the tie. Pass over the middle, so in the hand, jumps up into the air, he makes the catch. We're all tied up at 21-21 with about 42 seconds remaining in the first half.
Yeah, leaving a bit too much clock, perhaps, but the Stoics defense is going to need to step up, but 42 seconds is a lot of time still.
Especially with these athletes. So look at the left side of the formation now. It's going to be Jalen Greaves and now Andre Abbey, one current Concordia receiver, another former Concordia receiver in Greaves, playing now for Team Canada. Let's see if Barazoni goes to the left-hand side. And he elects, and a sack right there. Swimminahan just getting the quarterback before the ball came out of his hands.
Yeah, now backfield penetration not rushing to go back with the clock running. Are they kind of punting this drive in a certain sense with the big sack that Swimminahan just got?
We're going to have to see now. So now a couple of players jogging to the huddle now. Quick huddle there. Quick play call by Barazoni. Clock is still running. 15 seconds of counting remaining here in the first half. Barazoni gets a snap. He looks to the left. He goes there. Cut by Abbey. Abbey trying to make a couple guys miss. He's trying to get out of bounds. He can't, though. Good tackle by
And
Tyson
short.
Peterkin.
And short, so the clock keeps running. They have to call a timeout. That was a huge tackle in this situation. The sack coming in clutch with that huge play. Elandre Abbey should have cut inside, get the first down, just with a reach. He didn't even have to run any more yards. And just a lack of situational awareness here. I know he's fast, but all of these players are contending him. He's not getting any yards, and just turning upfield would have got the first down, would have allowed his team to reset and not waste the timeout early.
3 seconds remaining. High snap brought down by Barazoni. He tosses it to Greaves. Greaves is going to throw. No stranger to throwing the football. Toss to the end zone. Nice spiral. Caught by Lazare for the touchdown, but wait, there's a flag on the play.
Yeah, they're going to call it push off on Lazare, I think.
Julien Prou making the call here.
I don't see a flag, honestly. He's just going up for the ball. Yeah, he puts his hands on the defender, but there's no push off.
And a great pass there by Greaves. Ball up in the air. So we see a huddle of massive players. Oh,
Looks clean to me.
Not the greatest camera angle there.
They're going to challenge.
So we can hear the fact Dan Lazara, never afraid to let his feelings be known. Anthony's brother. And then we see the replay right there. Lazara just got great positioning, went up and made the grab.
Yeah, I don't see like obviously there's contact. We've got 8 players in the same spot. Obviously there's going to be a little bit of contact, but nothing egregious from Lazara, or nothing that warrants a flag in my opinion.
So Jason Leclerc is going over to Brent Young now on the sideline. Yeah, it's going to be called, I guess it's going to be called offensive PI.
Yeah, are they challenging though? Because now they already used the timeout. They wouldn't have any more if the challenge
exactly
was unsuccessful.
So now with the so the penalty being called, so what happens now basically is, I think, so they're calling OPI, so that's been established right now. The question, though, is if you decline that penalty, if you're the Stoics, then your touchdown would get awarded to to backfield penetration, but it looks like
you're never declining that
Yeah.
penalty, obviously. Okay, so let's see again. Because, sure, he
So
puts his
Lazera,
right hand
He
on
does push Morelatos.
Yeah. But
Okay.
then again, he's establishing position. He's not pushing him away as the ball is coming. If anything, Morelatos gives more contact than anyone else.
So we see Walter Berry again running the instant replay booth. He's going to give the word to our officials and to us here in the broadcast booth what the call is going to be on the field. Talking now to Brent Young. See Brent Young in a black shirt there on the left-hand side, waiting to hear down from Walter Berry.
What do you think, Brent? You think that's a flag?
I think it's a good football play. I mean, yeah, there is a little bit of contact. There's always going to be contact, especially on those Hail Mary attempts. But it's not like he got a two-hand shove on the defender in Morelatos.
Oh, it might actually be Andre Abbey with the flag, pushing Morelatos in the back.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Preventing him from going up.
That's definitely a factor.
That's definitely something I would look at. We need to get another replay here to see, but
Andre Abbey, number 8, the receiver there with the white gloves.
No. In slow down, it looked like maybe, but in real time, it doesn't.
And Julien Prue, the official on the left-hand side, making the call. So they're calling it a touchdown.
Yeah.
Yes, so the challenge successful there by backfield penetration. The call on the field will be overturned of defensive pass interference.
Yeah, which I think is the right call, definitely. This is huge, though. On the last play of the half, backfield penetration starting with the ball in the second half as well, I believe.
Yep.
So as I was talking about, Chris Rivet scoring a bit too quick.
No, it's actually Stoics are going to start with the ball in the second half.
Oh, backfield started with it,
Yeah,
right? You're right. That interception by James Drysdale.
The quarterback down here doesn't know what's up.
Yeah, so the touchdown is good. Touchdown, Anthony Lazera.
Hey, even though this guy down here thinks he's a quarterback, didn't know what he's talking about.
So you hear Walter Berry talking to Dan Lazera.
Oh, my God. Dan is going off right now.
So it's a 28-22 lead now for backfield penetration. So for Lazera, that is his 6th touchdown of the postseason. Now he has snatched the team lead away from Ismias. So 2-point convo attempt now for backfield penetration, looking to make it a 30-21 lead.
Yeah.
Pardon me, not 29-21 lead. So Andre Abbey gets the ball.
No second
He
rusher.
goes all the way to the right. Nope. And the toss back to Berrezzoni falls down to the turf. And that'll do it. An exciting end of the first half. Touchdown by Anthony Lazera as a 27-21 lead for backfield penetration over the Stoics. And like we said, this game has the potential to be the best game, the most exciting game of the day and the evening here in Brassard. And that play at the end of the first half shows you why.
It's been amazing so far. Definitely great game. I don't know who's going to come out on top, honestly. I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, hey, listen, again, last play of the game, you can't ask for anything more. Hail Mary touchdown reception by Anthony Lazera. So we see some offense. Are we going to see some defense in the second half? Again, 2 aggressive teams on defense. What do both teams need to do, starting with the Stoics defensively?
Yeah, for the Stoics, it's going to be about covering that middle of the field. We saw Berrezzoni finding a lot of success on that middle intermediate, not really having much success on those deep passes. So perhaps trying to come down, be a bit more, try to disguise the coverages a little bit more. We see James Drysdale and Emerson Peterkin dropping a lot of times. Obviously, they respect Jalen Graves on that side of the ball, but Stoics are going to have to switch it up a little bit.
So Jalen Graves actually with that touchdown pass to Anthony Lazera. Switching sides now for backfield penetration. Again, they got that great momentum boost at the end of the first half with that Hail Mary touchdown catch by Lazera. What do they need to do now defensively to make sure they take a stranglehold on this game?
It's a bit of a similar similar thing. Chris is having a lot of success in those short routes, those intermediates, but also finding success on that outside with Tyson Peterkin on those goals, on those kind of wheels comebacks, those interesting routes. So Andre Abbey, the corner on the left side, has to commit a bit less to the middle of the field, cheating too much right now on Emerson Peterkin, and trying to cover both of it, although it's hard, but staying more on those outside routes.
And one thing you mentioned, sticking with the backfield penetration defense, one thing you mentioned earlier in this first half, right? Rafa Morelli, again, 34 sacks coming into this game. He had a sack earlier. He had a pass deflection, which led to an INT. But he has his hands full, though, with Chris Rivet. Talk about Chris Rivet, the veteran, able to move his hips a lot and get a couple plays on the first down. What do you want to see out of Rafa Morelli in the second half to maybe add to his sack total?
Yeah, keep doing what you're doing. Keep containing Chris. Chris only ran once, which is less than he usually does run. He needs to just wait for his defense to do a coverage sack so he's able to get to Chris and not miss the flags, basically. But he's doing a great job so far.
All right, so there you go. We are seconds away from starting the second half of action here in Brassard. Again, this is the game between the Backfield Penetration and the Stoics doing battle for the men's Division III championship here in Flag Plus football. An exciting second half awaits, and here we go. Again, the Stoics starting with the ball here to kick off the second half. So, Jerome, do you expect them to maybe go for a deep shot right away to kind of set the tone here in the second half, or do you think they want to march the field?
I think Chris needs to have at least one deep read because I'm expecting Backfield Penetration to come out very aggressive on this first play, expecting all hooks or triple slants. So perhaps we're going to see some men, although Jalen Greaves is a bit far back for that.
Rivet gets a snap, quick pass to the right, to the flat there to Peterkin. Good tackle by Anthony Lazera.
Yep, so good job by Chris, just getting some momentum early in this drive. How boring is the triple slants?
I mean, if it works, right?
It does, but it's boring.
So pick up by Emerson Peterkin of about 3 yards there on first down. So setting up 2nd and 7 now. Don't forget we have the men's Division I championship game coming up next. It'll be the number 1 seed, the Braves, taking on the number 4 seed, Flagmoissac. And the cream of the crop of the men's division here in FPF. Rivet avoids. Oh, he can't avoid the sack. Morelli with the takedown.
There it is. As we were just saying, Rafa Morelli is going to find opportunities to get sacks, and he does it right there. Chris unable to evade. Oh, great job by Raf, getting his hands up, making think Chris that he's not on a stable platform to get that sack, and a great recovery to get it.
So Morelli showing why he is arguably the best snapper in the entire league right there. A huge sack on 2nd down, making it 3rd and long now for the Stoics offense.
Kind of forced to take a shot here, split it in half.
Rivet back in his own end zone. He gets the snap. He looks to the right, goes there. Peterkin with the catch. He's flagged right away. Will it be enough for the first down? I believe so. Yep, you're right.
And look how beautiful that route is. Let's see it on the replay. It's an out, up, out. So a double out. We're not going to see it here, but it's a great route. It's a great concept that Chris loves to use.
The defender there, number 7, Rakendi Joseph, right on the spot, though, to make the tackle. He was actually saying he thought Peterkin might have got a foot on the line, might have stepped out of bounds before getting the ball, but the official, Julian Prue, disagrees. So first down, right at midfield for the Stoics. Rivet gets the ball. He looks to the left. He goes there. Morilatos with the catch. Tackled immediately, though, by Lazera. Gain of about 3 yards by Morilatos.
Yeah, solid.
Morilatos, of course, in the lineup, replacing the injured Emile Gregoire.
Yeah, great tackle by Lazaro once again. Not just a very solid offensive player, but also a very smart defensive player. He came up clutch with a couple of huge picks in these playoffs.
So 2nd and about 3 right now. Facing the Stoics. Deep shot to the end zone, and that pass. Peterkin was open, but it's a bad pass there by Chris Rivet.
Yeah, Chris hesitating a little bit, throwing it a bit too late. Seeing Jalen Greaves converting to that left side. Yeah, Emerson was wide open, but if he underthrows it, you've got Rakendi Joseph coming back from that corner position. Could have gotten the hand there, so I like that he didn't take too much risk and threw the ball deep. Gave perhaps Emerson a chance to make a play.
Rivet gets the snap now. Base formation, quick pass to Tyson Peterkin on the sideline. He said, oh, missed tackle there by Rakendi Joseph. Touchdown, Tyson Peterkin. And we are all tied up at 27-27. And Jerome, I think that's just bad tackling right there by the backfield penetration defense.
It is, but at the same time, if a player breaks so many tackles so often, is it a skill? It is. Couple tackles broken here today by Tyson Peterkin. Now Chris deciding to go for one to get that 1 point lead.
Yep, 27-27 game right now. Just a bit more than 60 minutes remaining here in this contest. Again, backfield penetration, the Stoics doing battle for the Division III crown. Stoics break the huddle, 10 seconds remaining on the play clock. Now make it 5. Rive checking his flag. He gets the snap. He looks over the middle, goes to the right, into the corner. Got by Peterkin, but out of bounds.
Yeah, I think he stepped out before and after, so yeah, great coverage by the backfield penetration defense there, covering both the front and the back. Yeah, Emerson unable to come down with that catch, but it was a nice route.
So the idea was good, but the execution was lacking a little bit there on a 1-point convert attempt for the Stoics. Backfield penetration now gets the ball. Gropini and Greaves, the receivers to the left. Ismias and Joseph, the receivers to the right. Of course, Afni Lazera, the snapper. Berazzoni wastes a snap. He gets it. Looks to the right. Goes over the middle. Oh, almost intercepted. That pass intended for Lazera. Slotty Morelatos had a chance to make the pick, but the ball hits the turf.
Yeah, great job by Morelatos here. I think he was short left, actually. No, Emerson staying short, so great job to convert. So to converge to the middle of the field. Obviously, Rakendi Joseph was open on that slant underneath, but yeah, I was only a little too late seeing it, and a great job by Morelatos, almost coming down with a huge pick.
Second down now, second and long. Berazzoni goes to the right, chair by Joseph. Oh, and he dropped the ball. Blown opportunity there for a big play by backfield penetration. James Drysdale, the safety, coming over, but he came over late.
Yeah, tough catch to make there. Not sure. You can see the acceleration of Rakendi Joseph here on that wheel. James Drysdale hesitating a little bit towards Ronismus on the in. A great concept by Berazzoni, just a little bit too far for Rakendi to come down with it.
So third and long now, 3rd and 10. Facing backfield penetration. Berazzoni gets the ball. Throw to the right sideline, and that's well over the intended target. Ismias, he was open for a second, but again, a really bad pass there by Berazzoni. 4th and long now. Drum, I got to ask you, if you're backfield penetration, do you think about punting here?
No, never. You never punt. Even if it's 4th down, also you don't want to give the ball back to Chris, and he can waste a lot of the clock, especially if you're down. You never punt. You never see any teams punt in the higher divisions unless it's very specific situations, but it's very rare. Now, this is a convertible play. You know, he's able to get 10 yards. Obviously, it's going to be a bit harder with the defense playing off, but he can do it.
Trips to the right for backfield penetration. Berazzoni, oh, he avoids the sack. He has a man open deep. Peterkin comes over. Catch made by backfield penetration. Looks like that's Rakendi Joseph with the grab, giving backfield penetration the ball deep into the Stoics territory.
Oh, that's a flag guard, though, by Berazzoni, but ooh, great catch by Rakendi coming back to the ball. For sure thought that Peterkin had the position, but yeah, you can see that. Look at that little flag guard. Nice move by Berazzoni. Refs never call that one. Yeah, great catch by Rakendi there. Huge play on 4th down. That's why you don't punt, Brent.
Yeah, good call. So Joseph with the catch, bringing the ball down to the 3-yard line of the Stoics. And I wasn't saying they should punt. I'm saying
I know.
that's an option.
A bad
So
one.
he gets the snap. There you go. Slap pass. Oh, and off the hands and almost intercepted there. This means they couldn't pull that ball in. The pass just a little bit behind him.
Yeah, great job by the Stoics defense being very aggressive on that front line. Yeah, what a great coverage. Way to go for James Drysdale to cut down underneath that slant from Rakendi Joseph, forcing a tough throw to René Ismius, which was well covered by Alexis Dubois. And these are kind of tough situations, you know. These when you're that close to the goal line, you don't have a lot of space, so your concepts you don't. It's hard to create space for your receiver, so you have to either be very accurate or, beat the defenders one-on-one.
Berezzoni rolls out to his right. He's going to throw it to his left. He ends up throwing to the right, knocked away by Drysdale. A flag on the play now,
And rusher
second one.
interference. Ooh, which is a loss of down, right?
It's a loss now, but there was a second flag thrown as well by Julien Prou. So you're right about the rusher interference flag.
Yeah, I think that the rush. I'm not sure what the calling is on the field. You can see him talking right now.
You have to imagine, but in that territory, I can understand why you're saying it might be rusher interference. I have to see.
Yeah, definitely. Jason Leclerc calling the rusher interference. There it is. And
Also, pass interference called on the unnecessary contact called against the defense.
do those penalties offset?
Yes, the penalties are offset. They're going to go back to the original line of scrimmage.
Okay.
Second down repeated here. So trips to the left now. Three receivers on the left-hand side. Joseph, Greaves, and Gropini. His alone on the right. Pass to the left. Greaves with the catch. Touchdown! Backfield penetration. Jalen Greaves pulling down the grab.
What a beautiful ball and beautiful catch. Putting it just where only Jalen Greaves can get it. Getting both feet in for the huge touchdown.
Yeah, great awareness right there by the receiver, realizing where he was, able to jump skyward to pull down the ball. But again, getting those 2 feet in bounds.
Yeah,
All
not
he
many
needed is one,
players.
but he got 2.
Not many players can make that catch.
Yeah, good pass there by Berezzoni as well, giving his receiver a chance to make a play on the ball, putting the ball only where his receiver can get it as well.
Yeah, especially with Emerson Peterkin in at that cornerback position. So, yeah, great play, great ball.
33-27 lead. 6-point advantage for backfield penetration, going for the 1-point convo to make it a 7-point game. Berezzoni gets the snap, looks over the middle. Oh, pass off the hand of Joseph, off his right hand. He was open. Berezzoni failed to hit him.
Yeah, just a little bit too far. I'm not sure if Rokendi Joseph could have gotten the catch if he had put both hands out, but yeah, very high. No, it was too deep.
So down by 6 now are the Stoics with about 9 minutes remaining in this contest. Their offense on the field now, Chris Rivet leading the charge. Let's see if they can come back and tie this game. Quick pass there to Peterkin. Quick slant there. Nice pickup by the young receiver.
Yep, simple, straightforward play. 9 yards on that.
Yeah.
Once again, a nice move by Emerson, just giving a slight kind of mini diamond release and then coming back inside. The defender unable to follow him.
It's funny, look at these two teams again. We talked about, right, a lot of similarities, a lot of playmakers on both sides of the ball, but two definitely different personalities. One team does a lot of talking. You can imagine backfield penetration and their fans as well. Stoics a lot more working
Stoic.
in silence, if you will. There you go, exactly, my man. Thank you. There you go.
There you go.
Stoic. Nice catch there by Justice Womanahan, picking up a first down for his squad.
Yeah, and Chris slowing the game down here, which is interesting. Obviously, clock management is already kind of starting at this point with around 8 minutes left. Last possession of the game is going to be massive.
Yeah, this definitely has whoever has the ball last is going to win type of feel. We'll have to see if that's going to be the case with just outside of 8 minutes remaining. And a catch there by Drysdale. He collides with Joseph. And those two having a little bit of a conversation there.
Yeah. I mean, Joseph is entitled to his space, right?
Yep.
So that's the responsibility is also on the receiver to, when you turn around, you have to know where the defender is. Yeah, I don't think there's any call to be made here.
Nope. Play continues.
Yeah, that was clean. Just going for the flags, breaking down, holding his space.
So pick up of about 6 yards right there by Drysdale, the 11-time All-Stars. So setting up now 2nd and 4 inside of backfield penetration's territory.
Yeah, Chris has really been grinding these drives out.
And that's Chris Rivet football right there, right?
Yep.
5 seconds remaining in the play clock. Rivet gets a snap. He looks to the right. He fires to Peterkin. Oh, Peterkin should have. I mean, that pass was a little outside, but you got to use 2 hands on that one.
Yeah, Peterkin not using fully the sidelines and coming in a bit too inside. Obviously, Chris trying to hit it as outside as possible to secure the catch, not risk anything. And yeah, Peterkin just coming a bit too much inside.
So third and about a long 3, maybe 4 here. Facing the Stoics offense, Rive gets the snap. He looks right down the middle. He has a man open. It's Drysdale. Gets past one tackler, but taken down by Greaves. Yeah, right at the 1 yard line. Good tackle there by Jalen Greaves, saving a touchdown. 6 minutes and counting remaining here in this contest.
Yeah, that was clinical by Rive. He was looking to our left side, and just comes back to his hook on the other side and completes a big gain on a risky 3rd and 5.
So fresh set of downs. Now first down for the Stoics offense. Just outside of 5.5 minutes remaining here in the game. Rive gets the snap, goes to the left. He has a man open in the back of the end zone. Drysdale comes down. Touchdown, Stoics.
Yep. Not the most beautiful ball by Chris, but putting it in a great spot where only James can get it. A huge score here. Now, the question is, do you go for 1 or 2? Seems like they're going for 1.
You have tie game right now, 33-33. Clock is running right now, just outside of 5 minutes remaining here in the game.
I'm not sure I like it. I would really go for 2 and drop Emerson, if not two quarterbacks, if I'm Chris here. Not finding much success on converts for either team so far.
Well, Rive not listening to you, Jerome. They're going to go for the 1-point convo here. I mean, you could still drop 2 quarterbacks here on this play. Pass it in zone, intercepted by Gropini. Gets tackled right away by Swilminahan. So we're all tied up at 33-33, just inside of 5 minutes remaining here in the second half.
Yeah, both these teams being neck and neck so far throughout the whole game. Pick on the first play for Backfield, pick on the first play for Stoics, and then it's just been clean play from both quarterbacks. It's really going to come down to who gets the ball last.
And you read about the second, the 2-point convo rate. The Stoics have had 10 successful convert tries in the postseason. The majority of them have been for 2 points. Now this play continues here. Backfield penetration with the ball. Quick pass over the middle. Nice bullet there by Barazoni, hitting Joseph just past the outstretched hand of Drysdale. Drysdale saw that pass happening, but again, that ball just got there before his hand could.
Yeah, it got a little bit scary. He was open the whole way with great closeout by Drysdale. Just a slight mini second left late, and kind of lucky, but also a great read by Barazoni. A great pass as well.
Yeah, rare miss there by Drysdale. Again, 11-time All-Star. Usually when he's around the ball, somehow it ends up, whether on offense or defense, it ends up in his hands.
Right.
First down now for Backfield penetration. Pass to the end zone up high. Snatched out the air by Ismias for the touchdown.
And flexing on them too.
39-33 lead for Backfield penetration. About 3 minutes remaining in the contest.
Yeah, Emerson Peterkin didn't even want to go up for that ball. A great catch, high pointed it. Barazoni is really using his receiver's athleticism, throwing it very high so only they can get it. That's a great skill that he has.
So they're going to go for 2 here. It's a 2-point convo attempt from the 10 for Backfield penetration.
Which I definitely agree with. Try to drop Greaves here.
They do drop Greaves, but a pass over the middle knocked away by Drysdale, intended, it looks like, either for Gropini or Anthony Lazera.
Yeah, interesting play. So a quick bullet pass to Lazera in the middle. He was open, just miscommunication there. Lazera turned to the right, and Barazoni seeing an opening on the left. You probably wanted Lazera to use his big frame to just box out and make the catch.
Don't forget, we have the men's Division 1 final coming up. Flag Moissat taking on the Braves for the D1 championship, the cream of the crop here in flag plus football as far as the men's division is concerned.
Yeah, time to clock manage now with being in pro clock.
Yep, less than 2 minutes remaining in the game here. 9-point lead for the Stoics. And a good pass, a good job by Rive avoiding the sack and getting the ball out of his hands, hitting his receiver over the middle.
And timeout being called, I'm not sure by who.
Timeout. Timeout is right. So a gain of 9 yards there on first down.
I think that was the offense calling a timeout, which is interesting. You'd actually want to run down the clock here, no?
Yeah, that would be the usual scenario here. Usual choice, I should say. But yeah, timeout called. So 146 left here. Quick pass by Swim hand. That's going to be enough for the first down. Gain of about 3 yards there. They needed 2. He got 3.
He's been really reliable today.
Yep. This hand, of course. His father got him coaching, member of the league for a long time. His brother obviously on the team as well. Part of the X-Men.
Yeah.
Lore. I remember playing against Gautama, the dad there back in the day.
Yeah, Noah currently in Kingston, Ontario, I think, for the U19 championships. Or nationals, I should say.
So fresh set of downs now for the Stoics offense. Rive going to the left. He hits Morelatos on the sideline. Good tackle there by Lazera.
And staying in bounds, which is good.
Yeah, Morelatos needs to be smarter there. He has to get out of bounds. I mean, it's a nice pickup of about 7 yards.
No. You want to run down that clock.
Okay.
You want this to be the last percent. Oh, well, the tricky thing here is you only need 1 point to win it. So you don't want to give Backfield the ball back.
True. Rive gets the ball. Pump fake to the right. Ends up going there to Peterkin.
In bounds.
So Peterkin with the catch there, picking up the first down. So the clock will stop anyways. Yeah, so good job by Peterkin. Good awareness there. He knows he didn't have to get out of bounds. He got the first down, so he's fine. 55.6 seconds remaining on the clock here in Complex Sportive CN.
Yeah, great job by Chris once again, finding that outside hook to Peterkin. He's been having a great game today.
So the ball now at the 9-yard line of Backfield Penetration. The Stoics are driving. Can they drive the ball into the end zone? Let's find out. 6-point lead for Backfield Penetration. Rive surveying the scene. He gets a snap. He rolls to the left. Quick pass there to Drysdale. Bobbled it for a second. And he gets tackled by Gropini.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if it was Backfield or Stoics that had taken the timeout earlier in this drive, but yeah, Backfield were forced to use a timeout in the first half. So if it was them, they wouldn't have any more timeouts left.
So timeout now called by the Stoics. So about a 4-yard gain there, 3-yard gain, taking the ball from the 8 to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, so this is second down, right? Second down, 4.5. With 20 seconds left on the clock. This is great clock management by Chris Rivet.
Well, no, they can't get another first down, so it's second and goal right now.
Second goal, yeah.
For the Stoics.
But still, that was he's
you're
not
right.
letting any time to Backfield.
Exactly.
And now, if they score, they're only going to need a 1-point convert.
So defensively right now, if you're the Backfield Penetration, you kind of have to force a turnover here, right?
You're in a tricky situation. I mean, if they don't get the convert, so technically you're going to get 2 chances to get a stop. You need to stop the convert definitely, but yeah, this is ideal for Stoics and kind of dramatic for Backfield Penetration.
Drama here for both sides. Rive gets a snap. He looks to the right, avoids a sack, toss to the end zone. Touchdown, Emerson Peterkin.
Great catch, great route, great adjustment. Chris Rivet running away from Raf Morelli. I think Backfield Penetration thinks it was
I think they thought it might have been a flag guard,
flag guard on
or
Chris, yeah. Let's
maybe
see
an offensive interference or something.
Nah, it was clean.
Yeah, 100%. And see, that's the problem. Yeah, you can't stop playing if you're the Backfield Penetration defense there.
No, definitely not.
You got to play through the whistle.
Yep.
Whether there's a flag or not, you got to play through the whistle.
And now going for one to get the lead.
15.6 seconds remaining on the clock. This play is the biggest of the game so far. 1-point convo attempt for the Stoics. This game tied up at 39. Can they get it? Let's find out. Pass to the end zone. Peterkin gets 1 foot down. The 1-point conversion is good. 40-39 lead for the Stoics with 15 seconds remaining.
Amazing catch. I wasn't sure he was going to get his feet in, and he did. A great ball by Chris, not overthrowing this one. A great in and out at the back of the end zone for Peterkin, getting that left foot and the right foot in, kind of playing around with Anthony Lazara there in the back of the end zone.
So Peterkin and Vanier Cheetah showing his bite right there offensively.
But still some time there for Backfield Penetration, especially if they can get out of bounds here. They might have as many as 3 plays, probably 2 plays.
Pressure on the shoulders of Barazoni now. He gets the snap. He's going deep. It's a man open. It's Green's coming over the top. Drysdale with the interception, and he seals the win for the Stoics.
Oh my God. A statement play, a huge pick to seal the game, and Stoics win it.
James Drysdale showing why he is the best player on the field.
Give me that.
Yeah, making
Wow.
that game-sealing INT.
And I thought Emerson Peterkin was going to come down with it. James Drysdale says, no, I got it, and seals it.
Well, fantastic play there by Drysdale.
Yeah, so Chris Rivet here just basically has to run up and knee down. But they're still going to have to play. Now this is kind of tricky for Stoics here at the 3-yard line. Because they can't give up a safety, right?
Yeah, that's exactly it. And so in the last game we did, there was a snap for a safety.
But he can basically throw it to the ground.
Yeah.
Or do
Smart
that.
play, the exact smart play right there. Just run. Oh, wait, there's
Rush
a penalty though.
interference.
Yeah, rush interference called on the center, so Minahan.
So they're going to go half the distance to the goal line. So even closer to the goal line.
So the snap is going to be the biggest
oh
thing
my
here.
God. That was a big contact.
Now, see, obviously the design there was a run by Rivet. If you're Rivet right now, Jerome, if you're part of this offense, are you just calling maybe something smart here? Throw it into the ground. Throw it at the feet of any receiver as long as you don't get a touch on the ground call.
Yeah, definitely.
So Rafa Morelli having a tantrum right now on the field. He is upset with the call here. Upset with the officials.
I'm not sure what he's asking for. He got the call he wanted, no? Not so sure what's happening.
Confusion right now going on and anger as well. The Backfield Penetration, their entire team right here. I mean, again, the call looked like it was, we see the officials huddling up there, Jason Leclerc, Julianne Prue, and Tara Mrakic.
I mean, it was rush interference, not anything more than that, right?
Yeah, so here's the replay right here. T24 Morelli, yeah, definitely 100% is rusher interference. I'm not sure what he's so livid about.
Right, and that's what the
refs
call
has to be. I mean, then again, the fact that the officials are so huddled up means there could be something else being called here. So maybe that's why he's upset in his defense. But we'll have to wait and see.
Do they want a UR? Are they saying you lean into Morelli?
Or maybe they're saying maybe he purposely ran into the center, or the snapper.
Yeah, but how do you say, oh, it was intentional? I mean, he's running his route.
No, I hear you. You're 100% right.
Obviously, it was a lack of awareness there from the snapper there.
So Morelli, you can hear Morelli. I'm not sure if it's picked up on the microphone. He's feeling that he's the one that's being called here.
So what? They're calling illegal contact on Morelli?
That could be it. See,
that would make no sense.
Rivet and Barazoni, the respective captains and quarterbacks of their teams right now, talking to the officials. Yeah, interesting call right here. I mean, again, to us it appears like it's a simple rusher interference, but again, we have to wait and see what the officials call here. Yeah, so rusher interference.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Raf Morelli is...
He's quit on the game. He's, he has his flags back on now.
Out there, of
okay.
course.
Looked like he was walking away. Looked like he was going to walk out of the building for a second.
No way, Raf does that. I was like, there's no way.
Okay, so rusher interference, so brings the ball back. Obviously not a full 5, yeah.
So now Chris can't really run, right?
So don't forget, so the play that led to this was the interception there by Drysdale. Again, Drysdale was not in the end zone, so the ball was at about, let's say, the 4 or the 5 yard line.
Yeah.
So the penalty now against Swimminahan number 11. It's only basically a 2-yard penalty because of down the pretty much the distance to the goal line.
Yeah, but it's tricky here because a bad snap, you
Yeah,
lose the
bad
game.
snap is a safety and you lose the game. That's exactly it. The snap right here is the most important thing that's going to happen in the next 5 seconds.
Also, if it's an intentional grounding, it would also be a
safety
sack
as
and
well.
another safety.
Yep.
So Chris has to be careful.
So here we go. Clean snap. Smart right there. Throw right
And
to the feet of the
completed.
receiver.
So the clock will run out now.
Yeah,
It's
Peterson
over.
with the grab. And wait now.
They still had a timeout, apparently.
Yeah, so backfield penetration calls a timeout here. Kind of delaying the inevitable. I mean, you never know, right? We've seen crazier things here in FPF. Again, another bad snap over the head of Rive could result in a safety. An INT, I mean, again, there's about 3.5 seconds remaining on the clock. Anything could happen here, so smart timeout there by backfield penetration.
And how much pressure is there on Swami that not right now? I would not want to be in his shoes right now. Just no matter what, make sure it gets right into Chris' hands and Chris catch it, please.
Quick pass to Peterkin.
And that's it.
Incomplete. He's saying it was a grab, so I think the officials called it incomplete here. Yeah, no, saying it's a grab.
Yeah, it was
and
a grab.
that'll do it for 40-39 victory. The Stoics are your Division III champions. So a lot of drama to end the game, to say the least. Big win here though by the Stoics.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, crazy ending. Crazy ending here in Broussard.
The whole game, honestly, man, it was back and forth. Both teams getting picks on the first plays of the opposing offenses. And then just both QBs firing up on all cylinders. The difference being that James Drysdale interception at the end of the game.
He had a huge interception, pardon me, at the end of the game. Again, the 1-point combo, though, by Tyson Peterkin to give the advantage to the Stoics. Again, a fantastic finish between two great teams here. Again, one-possession game. And with that W right here, again, pardon me, I'm trying to find it in my notes here. My apologies. The Stoics, they improved the record to 7-1 in one-possession games. And again, this seventh win, giving them the Division III championships. What are your thoughts on what was an amazing game?
Man, how clutch is Chris Rivet? Every time we say it, he's Mr. Playoffs for a reason. Another unbelievable performance from the Stoics, and nothing to take away from Backfield Penetration, who also played an amazing game. Just, it's a couple plays, man, and that's what we love about Flag. A couple plays can decide a game, a championship, and that's what happened here today. And Stoics on the good end in this one.
I mean, so again, two great teams with loaded rosters. Do you think maybe either of these teams can make the move up now to a higher division?
Yeah, Backfield Penetration definitely should be making the move up, especially with all the talent they have on their roster, and Alessandro Barazzoni absolutely dominating this season. I think it's the right time. I think Chris Rivet is actually going to take a little bit of time off from Flag in the next season, but should be back in fall.
All right, so we'll have to wait and see what the future holds for both teams again. The Stoics with a 40-39 victory over Backfield Penetration, and the Stoics are your men's Division III champions. For Jerome Hoverton, I'm Brett Balkin saying thanks for tuning in. And don't forget, up next, we have the men's Division I championship game between the Braves and Flag Wansac right here on Facebook Live.
Pardon me? We're going down to the field, right?
Are we going down to the field?
Should we?
Oh, yeah, sorry. My apologies. Yeah, sorry. The MVP award and the trophy presentation will be given right now by FPF President Jeff Rosenblatt.
We're down at field level with the Winter 2025 Division III champ, the Stoics. After a very, very hard-fought game, it was a great final. Let's get Captain Chris Rivet over here, please. Chris, you've been here before. You won a few championships in FPF. What does it mean to be a champion with this group of guys?
I mean, look, it's fun, man. We fought through all season. You know, we're kind of always the underdogs. We're kind of used to it by now, but look, we came through, and it's just fun, man. We're a young squad. I'm the old guy. Young guys pulled through today, and I'm super, super happy, man. We got this. We got this. We did it.
You beat a really loaded backfield penetration team with a bunch of studs, but you have a bunch of studs also, so I'm not sure if you're the underdog anymore. And for our playoff MVP, it was a really tight race between a bunch of your guys. But we're giving it to Chris Rivet.
Thank you, man.
So, Chris, one more question. You got the Peterkin boys, you got Alexi, you got James Drysdale on the team. Mike's over there, but whatever. What does it mean to win with not only awesome guys on the field, but also an unbelievable group of guys off the field?
I mean, look, I want to play with these guys in the higher divisions. I think we can do it. I think these guys are all amazing. So we'll see what the future holds. Honestly, everyone, we just do our job and that's it. And I'm happy we won it with these guys.
FPF, be on notice. Look for the Stoics in higher divisions down the line. Winter 2025 Division 3 champs right over here. Back to you guys in the booth.
To the broadcast area here in Brassard, in the Complex Sportive CN. So again, MVP of the game being given to Chris Rivet, the starting quarterback and winner, obviously, for the Stoics. What are your thoughts?
Played an amazing game. Chris performed once again in the playoffs. Also, Tyson Peterkin having a huge game in this one. I think 3 touchdowns. Some great defensive plays as well. So nice to see Tyson performing well today.
Yeah, definitely. Tyson, as we were saying before when the camera was on Jeff, we were saying either Rivet or Tyson Peterkin well-deserving the MVP award. But obviously the biggest award of all is the Division 3 championship being awarded to the Stoics with a 40-39 victory. So now, for Jerome Ovington, I'm Brett Brock saying thanks for tuning in. And don't forget, we have the Braves against Flag-Wassac coming up right now. The Men's Division 1 Championships, of course, on Facebook Live and YouTube. Make sure to tune in, or stay tuned, I should say, for that one. We'll see you soon.